it's Lindsay here with Pilates on Demand. Welcome to your Hourglass Pilates workout. We are going to be using the magic circle today, and it's a full body routine. So just so you know, if you haven't met me before, this class is going to offer you a lot of detailed instructions to help you connect with your body, really feel the movements and get better results from them. So if that's not your cup of tea, just know that before you start this is a no music, detailed instruction kind of class. So the routine is going to begin with a bunch of standing exercises, lunges, deadlifts, all sorts of goodies. Then we're gonna move into some prone work, which is extension for the spine, really good for the posture. Hit the outer hips, hit the abs, maybe a little glute bridge to finish, and then we'll take it on home. So guys, let's get into it. Okay guys, so we're gonna start this down kneeling on the mat. So I'm gonna be kneeling sideways to you so you get a good view of this. Step your left foot forward into a proposal stance, knee over heel. Right knee is underneath your hip. Place the ring to the left side of you. One pad is down and the other pad is in that left hand, and I'm just slightly in front of my shoulder. Okay, open your chest up, find a neutral spine, and try to drop your left hip down. So your left hip bone and your right hip bone are level. Take your right palm to your cheek and point your right elbow forward at a 90-degree bend. We'll begin with side bends. So lean your head back and push your chest forward. On an inhale, leaning directly to the left, push the ring down and extend the right arm overhead. Reach through the right fingertips, drive your right knee into the floor. Then use your core, restack the spine, coming back to the start. Inhale lifts the torso. We stretch up and over to the left, press down into the ring, and create space between your right fingertips and your right knee. Using your core, roll it up, restack, right palm in, right elbow forward. Inhale into the side bend, pressing your chest forward and moving your shoulders back. Exhale, roll it up, restack. We should be feeling a really nice stretch and elongation through the right oblique, the right lat area, the right ribs. Let's take that one more time. Inhale to lift, coming all the way up and over, maybe going a little bit further, really pushing the ring down, leaning your head back, drawing the fronts of the shoulders off the chest. Exhale, restack the spine. This time, reach your right arm out to the right to a T, palm down for our saw. Exhale, we'll twist to the left, reaching the right arm to the front left corner. Push down into the ring, round the spine. Pull your navel back as you reach the right arm to the front left corner. Big stretch in the upper back, especially that right shoulder blade. Restack the spine, release the ring, and unwind to start. Without unsquaring the hips, we exhale, turn at the waist. Dive your right hand to the front left corner. Pull your right hip, your right ribs back, and drive the ring into the floor. Roll it up, restack, squaring off. Breathe out to twist. Dive forward, chest is going up and over of an imaginary pole. As I push down into the ring, that's cueing my belly button to drive further into my lower back. Roll it up, restack, and unwind. Let's take a couple more. As you turn your chest far left, your right hip is stabilizing. It is resisting. I want you to think of lifting up to round so the lower back does not collapse. Last two right here. We rotate. Dive, reach, belly button, ribs pull back as you dive forward. Dropping that left hip, roll it up, restack, coming to center. One more right here. We twist. We dive up and over. Pull the ribs, not just backwards, but also up. Roll it up, restack, square it off. Okay, put your right hand to your hip. We're gonna come into a lunge to a standing deadlift. Ring will look just like this. You're now holding the ring. Tuck your right toes underneath you. So you wanna make sure the heel is lifted and stacked right above your toes. Sometimes I feel like people kind of like don't really set the back foot up very properly. So make sure you've got good form there. We're gonna float that back knee up, lifting the ring, shift forward onto the left leg. Place the ring down underneath the left shoulder and hold. Little pressure into the ring, square your right hip down, turn your right leg in. One of the biggest things I see in deadlifts are people do not square properly. So it's not about getting your leg like super high and opening the hip up. It's actually bringing the leg just level in line with your hip and then getting that right hip bone to point to the floor. Lifting the ring, tuck your right toes behind you. We lunge. Maybe the ring taps, it doesn't have to. Then we shift back onto that left foot. Place the ring underneath your shoulder and square off your back leg, thinking that inner thigh is rolling upwards, right outer thigh is rolling downwards. Then shifting back, whoop, it's okay. We find the lunge. Good, and then shifting forward, we find our deadlift. So just nice, slow, and controlled. And I want you to use the ring so you can pause in the deadlift. So I want you to spend like 10 seconds here perfecting the alignment, not rushing out of it. Don't worry if there's wobbling or anything, you fall over, just brush it off, come back into it. This really is not about doing something like so perfectly. It's being okay with, maybe you didn't complete the rep and you have to start over. It's totally fine. And I'm not just saying that because I just fell, but it reminded me to offer that up. We're gonna go for 2 more here. Lunge, shift forward, place the ring down, square the hips. Last one, we lunge. We're gonna hold the deadlift for a second. Shift forward, holding the deadlift. Okay, so reach your tailbone, your low back to your right heel. Roll the right inner thigh in, and now belly up and chest forward. So still looking down, but push the chest out in front of you. Get longer through your back, and then slowly release to standing. Taking it to center, sumo squat, toes and knees turn out. I'm gonna face away from you for a moment. Put your arms through the ring. It's okay if they're on the pads, it's also okay if they're not. So you're gonna stack your chest over your hips, so you're leaning your head back. Put a little bend in your elbows and wrap your elbows towards each other. So they don't point away, they point in. Bend your knees, reach the ring back, push your chest forward. And then bend the elbows and we stand up. Extend the arms, reach the ring back, spread the collarbone. And then roll it up. Okay, so from the front, every time we move into the sumo squat, I want you to take the front of the shoulders and pull them off the chest. That's where you're initiate from to go into the movement. So it's not your elbows, it's your front delts, the front of the shoulders. Good work, guys. So nice, slow, and controlled. Inhale to create space in the chest. Elbows are hugging towards each other. Palms face in. Exhale to stand. Now, when you come down into this sumo squat, reach back through your arms. That's gonna help bring your chest back over your hips. Now, if you feel like that's so hard for you, it is okay if you're slightly forward. Just try to keep your back straight and not rounded. If you're wondering why you're not able to do that, it's usually a flexibility thing in your hips and low back. So keep practicing and you'll get there. Okay, I'm gonna show you this sideways just so we have that reminder. We're bending the elbows and trying to bring the chest back over the hips. And if you have to be a little forward like this, that's okay. Just don't see curve. Straight in the back. Okay, let's take 2 more right here. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, stretch it up. Okay, this one we're gonna hold. Knees are pressing back in space. Stacking the chest over the hips, keeping the lower body and the arms still. Turn the head all the way to the right. Turn the head all the way to the left. Okay, let's go for 4 more. Right and left. Reach that ring back, keep that collarbone open. Right and left. Head to center, drop it an inch lower, side bends. Right ear, right shoulder. Dropping the left shoulder down. Left ear, left shoulder. Dropping the right shoulder down. So keep working the arms. Push against the ring, reach the arms back. Shoulder blades and elbows squeezing together. Let's go one more each way. Last one. Head to center, drop it lower, reset those arms, taking neck circles, 3 each direction. Keep lifting the chest as you push your chin down into it. Last one, we reverse. And we reverse for 3. And 2. Last one. Throw 1. And grow it tall, releasing the ring. So we've got one more move before we're gonna repeat the stuff that we did on the other side. Bring your legs all the way together. Inner thighs connected. Put one pad of the ring, it can either go on your thighs, or if you're more flexible, it's gonna go on your shins. Then your hands are gonna be on the other pad. So this is a deadlift hold. Legs together. Decide, do you want the ring on your thighs? Do you want the ring on the shins? As low as I want you to go is chest in line with your butt. So it is not a forward fold. This is called spinal extension. Bend your knees. Push your butt way back. Reach it behind your heels. And then push your chest through your arms. Press into the ring and activate your lats. So the underneath part of your arm is sliding down. Good work, you guys. So as you inhale, I want you to get another inch of length. Tailbone, hips reach back. Chest pulls forward. This should be creating a hamstring stretch. If you have the mobility, you're gonna flex your right toes up. So from your toes, your heel is down. Plant the right foot and then lift the left toes up and plant it down. This should be a nice intense calf stretch here. Alternating right and left. 2 more. Keep lengthening the back. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, we're gonna all keep holding, belly button in. Left palm is on the pad of the ring. Right hand comes off. Give me a thumbs up and turn your thumb to the right. Pull both shoulders down. Lift the right arm up into your reverse fly. Drawing your right shoulder blade to your back, and then release. Okay, we are gonna go full range. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, pushing your chest forward. Reaching those hips back. Getting into a little arm and upper back work right here. Give me 5 more. For 5. Brace your core. This is definitely strengthening your back and abs as well. When your arm is up, your thumb should point to the ceiling. You're trying to turn your elbow to the floor. Okay, last one, we're gonna hold that right arm up and you're gonna give me little pulses. It's from your right shoulder blade squeezing to your back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna take this to the other side. So go to the left arm. I'm gonna show you a little different angle. Left thumb points out, shoulders are down. Push into the ring with the right hand to use that right lat. Left thumb points out, we lift. Squeeze the shoulder blade to the spine, we lower. So first set is full range. Push your hips back. You can feel that stretch in your hamstrings and your lower back. Pull that chest forward. Okay, we're gonna go for 5 more full range. At the top, you should feel movement in your left shoulder blade. So it's not just the arm lifting and swinging up. There's a squeeze in that upper back. Okay, last one right here, guys. We're gonna pulse it, so keep it high. Extend the spine and squeeze your left shoulder blade in an inch and out an inch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Soften in the knees and roll it up. Ooh, lots of work for that back. So we're gonna come down to kneeling and we're taking it to some of the exercises we started with. So proposal stance, right foot is forward, heel underneath the knee, the ring is underneath your right hand, slightly in front of your shoulder. I'm untucking my toes of my back foot just for this first one before we do the lunges. Side bends, here we go. Left palm in, elbow points forward. Grow tall through your back. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Palm faces the left ear. Lean directly right, pressing down into the ring. And think of your right side, your right hip dropping down. So try not to crunch too much. Find more length on both sides. Then roll it up and restack. Inhale lifts you up. And then into the side bend, push the ring down to go deeper. Move your left knee into the floor as your left arm reaches away. Roll it up, restack. So we want to find opposing forces to create a stretch in the body. So that's what I'm cueing here is the opposing force of the left hand and the left knee. Okay, let's find 3 more right here. For 3. And roll it up. For 2. Ah, that feels so good. This is one of my favorite things, our side bending. Let's hold this one and go a little bit deeper for our last one. So more pressure down into the right ring. Wrap your right elbow forward. Lean your head back and push your chest forward. Drawing the back muscles together. Getting a big opening in the left oblique. And then control your restack and release. Take your left arm out to a T, palm faces down. Spine twist. Twisting just at the waist, turn to the right and reach your left arm to the front right corner. Push down into the ring and dive the left arm forward as you pull your waist back in opposition. Then roll it up, restack, square it off. Okay, dropping the left hip down. We twist right. Dive through the upper body. Lift through the lower body. Roll it up, restack, square off. Okay, exhale to rotate. Left side resist. That left hip and the left ribs pull back as we go into our spine stretch. Roll it up, restack, square off. When you're in the dive, so right here, as I'm diving forward, I'm gonna think of my left arm being pulled out of my body. So that left shoulder blade's spreading away from the spine. We call that protraction. And it's gonna give me a big stretch there in the left shoulder blade and the left side of my back, and it feels amazing. Last one right here. We exhale, twist. Dive through the left arm, pull back through the waist, and push down into the ring. Then restack, square it off. Left hand to hip, we've got our lunge to deadlift. So we need to tuck the left toes behind us. And like I said, make sure the heel is elevated and not swaying right or left. It should be stacked right at the center of the toes. Okay, ring's gonna be just like this, but it's gonna be in the air as we come up for our lunge. Then shift your body weight onto your right leg. Place the ring underneath the right shoulder and we're gonna hold. So don't rush this, work it. Take your back leg, turn it in. So from the top of the thigh, not just the foot, try to turn your left thigh to the right. Lift up through the back of the left leg so it stays at hip height and move your chest forward. Then lift the ring and step back. We lunge, ring can float or tap the floor. And then we're gonna shift forward onto the right leg, ring underneath the shoulder, and see if you can work some of the form we just talked about. So really trying to get both of your hips to point down and your spine to extend. Then step back and we lunge. Breathing in, breathing out, shifting forward, finding the deadlift, top of your head and left heel moving in opposing directions. That's definitely a theme in Pilates and yoga, is finding opposite actions to balance out the stretch or the exercise. Shift forward, lift, shift back, and lunge. Let's find 2 more. Deadlift, both legs are parallel, and lunge. Okay, this next deadlift, we're gonna hold for a second. So we'll shift forward, balancing on the right leg. Okay, move your left heel back, your tailbone back, and then pull your navel and your chest forward. Push your chest forward. That's it. So I want you to find length through your back. Okay, draw the shoulder blades down, use your lats, and then slowly stand it up. Woo, okay. Doing a little bit of quad extension. So I'm gonna be sideways for this, but you'll have your hands on the pads of the ring. Elbows are wide, okay? We'll be balancing on the left leg. When you bring your right leg to tabletop, I want a long right waistline. So this right knee shouldn't be higher than the hip. It's not here. That's not cute. That's not Pilates. So drop the hip and find alignment. Flex the right foot. As you press into the ring, extend the right leg, hold. Make your thigh tight. Engage it. Let it shake. Soften the ring and bend. Both of your feet, knees, and hips should point straight forward. Squeeze the ring, push out. Hold, isometrically squeeze the right thigh, and release. Good work. Exhale, press out. Inhale, release. So every time you go for the leg extension, you have to hold it for a second. Doing this is not gonna give you results. Slow it down, squeeze, engage. Now, when you press into the ring, you wanna make sure you're not powering through it. If you're powering through it, it's gonna look something like that in your chest. And we definitely don't wanna design the shoulders to be rounding in. So spread across the collarbone. Okay, you're gonna give me 4 more right here. For 4. And 3. For 2. Last one, you're gonna keep the ring squeezing, keep the legs straight, bend the knee 1 inch, and then push it out. 1 inch, push it out. So as small as a bend as you can make, we're gonna pick it up for 8, 7, pulse the ring, 6, 5, drop the right hip, 4, 3, 2, hold on 1. Point, pulse the leg straight up, flex, pulse the leg straight up. Point and pulse, flex and pulse. Don't let that knee bend, squeeze the ring with every pulse. We've got 7. Point, pulse, flex, pulse. You got it. You should feel your hip flexor. We're getting it strong. Keep it up. Almost there for 4 and 4. 3 and 3. 2 and 2. Hanging on by a hair. 1 and 1. Oh my gosh. Did that burn like crazy? The answer is yes. Okay, so we're gonna come to center. I got like a little hip crack too. Anyways, come to center, find your Pilates V. So make it small so your heels can stay connected. If it's too far apart, the heels are gonna disconnect. So think a tiny pizza pie slice. Put your arms through the ring with the palms facing in. We're gonna be in a holding position in our calf raise. If that doesn't work for you, just keep your heels down. So palms in and take your elbows, turn them to the floor. Keep reaching up. Now your elbows should point forward. They should not be bent out to the side. Straighten your arms. Push against the ring. Draw the rib cage in. And then we're gonna lift the heels. Okay, so we're gonna go for little extensions, little back bends. So imagine you're laying flat down on your belly and we're doing our prone series or swimming. We're gonna move the tailbone to the heels. We're gonna lift tall through the torso. The arms are moving back behind the ears and the chest is moving towards the chin. Then restack everything. I'll show this sideways. So try to keep the heels up if you're advanced. Move your tailbone down, your ribs in. Then lift taller through the spine, and from your tips of your shoulder blades, move your shoulder blades into your body and push your chest towards your chin. Not really doing anything with your neck, you're moving your upper back. Then restack and return. So let's do it again. The lower back lengthens to the ground. The belly button pulls up. We lift tall through the torso, wrapping the triceps forward. Then begin to move your thoracic into your body to push your chest up. Arms move back behind the ears, and maybe the back of the head gently tilts back in space. Then restack the spine. Okay, let's do it again. Tailbone down, chest up. Always lifting and lengthening before extending the spine. So not going back and down, moving up and then into the back bend. Good, and then restacking the spine. Okay, one more time. Wrap the inner thighs, squeeze the glutes. Big breath in, elongate, fingertips up, balls of the feet drive down. Thoracic moves in and up. Arms move back behind your ears with the triceps still pointing forward. Maybe the head leans back a little. Then restack slowly and release it down. Woo! Okay, guys, we're gonna go into our quad extensions on the other side. So ring is at your chest. Left leg's lifting now. When you lift the left knee, make sure the hip doesn't hike. The left hip creases down. If you were wearing a belt, it would be completely horizontal. Flex the left foot. Squeeze the ring. Push the left leg out and hold. Then return. If you find this easy, less reps, longer hold. Probably counterintuitive, right? This is the work, holding this, not bend pressing a million times. Good, breathe out, belly in, elbows wide. Drive your left heel forward. Inhale, release. Good, pressing out, squeeze that ring. Bending and returning. Really feeling the supporting leg. The feet are getting worked out today. That's why doing barefoot working or barefoot exercise is really important. Tennis shoes can be really helpful if you're doing something high impact or have some kind of like plantar fasciitis or issues, but barefoot exercises are really great to strengthen all the small muscles. If you're wearing a tennis shoe, it doesn't let all the little muscles in your feet articulate and move around. So doing this is good. We're gonna do 2 more, and then we know we got those bend presses. Okay, so the smallest bend extend as you can through this left knee. Here we go, little bend press. Squeeze that left quad, pull it up the front of the leg. We've got 8, 7, firm your standing hip in, whoop. Let's find it again. 6, 5, 4, 3, don't go anywhere, 2, 1. Here we go. We're gonna point and pulse with a straight leg, flex and pulse with a straight leg. As you pulse the leg, pulse the ring. Try to keep the leg high, straight, and not hiking your left hip. This left hip is moving down. It's okay that it's shaking like crazy. Here we go. We got 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, we got this, 2, 2, last set, 1, and 1. Oh my gosh, everything is on fire. Okay, you guys, to our calf raise series, so not a hold, but with movement. Slide your arms through the ring. Palms are facing in, and find that external rotation we worked a moment ago. Wrap your elbows forward, move the arms back in space, move the ribs down and in. Okay, so full range. We're gonna lift the heels and lower the heels. Slightly turned out, but I'm only doing a really small one so I can keep my heels pressing into each other at the top. You wanna feel weight on every toe. So if this position doesn't work for you to do that, you can change the position of the feet. It's gonna be more beneficial if you have weight on the whole ball of the foot for you than if you're leaning into your big toe or your pinky toe. And also, when you're doing calf raises, it's not about being on your tippy toes. It's at the ball of your foot. So think Barbie foot. Think someone wearing a high heel shoe. You want the ball of the foot down, not just the toes. Okay, so we're working calves, arches of the feet here. So isometrically squeeze your calves at the top. So it's one thing to lift and lower the heels. It's another thing to think, okay, I'm squeezing those calf muscles when my heels are elevated. Okay, we're gonna do one more here. Holding the heels up. Move the heels down an inch, lift them up an inch. Down an inch, lift them up. Another thing I wanna talk about with the toes, and I'm really trying to not do this right now, but it's hard, is try not to grip the toes. Like think when you clench your hand and you make a fist, we don't want the toes to be doing that. We want them to be lengthened and evenly pressing into the floor. With trying to balance in this position, that's not the easiest thing to do, but it's almost like relaxing the toes to lengthen them out. Let's do 10 more. Pick it up. 10, 9, pace is increasing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float it down. Okay, guys, we got one last standing move for our squats, a little variation. Put your arms through the ring. Remember, it's okay if they're not on the pads. We just need that kind of restriction. You're gonna find your squat stance. So this time the toes and knees point forward. We're a little bit wider than the hips. So I'm gonna show you this from the side. We're coming down into a squat and we're staying there. So squat down, drop your hips, pull your elbows towards each other, open your chest. Now your legs are not gonna move. Your spine is gonna fold forward like you're laying flat on your thighs. Without straightening your knees, pull your chest back, reach back through your arms and lift up. Okay, we're gonna hinge forward, staying nice and low, drop your butt, and then we're gonna lift the chest back up. Okay, so this is a squat, so the chest is still gonna be slightly hinging forward. When I'm here, my belly is reaching to my thighs, I'm still trying to keep my back really straight. And then restack. Okay, hips continue to reach back so that the knees are not trying to shoot forward. Yep, it's from the hip creases. Pull your hips to the back of the room. Inhale to hinge. And exhale to lift. Okay, you're gonna give me 3 more. We're here for 3. Don't rush it when you know how many reps you have. Last 2. Drop your butt, reach it back. Okay, last one. Keep reaching those arms away from you, getting that stretch through the front of the shoulders. Lift the chest and stand up. Woo! Okay, so arms are gonna go, we're coming to the floor, guys. Are you excited? So come to the floor. We're gonna set up for some tricep push-ups on the knees. Arms are gonna go through the ring, and the ring is only gonna be slightly higher than the wrist, so like an inch higher than your wrist. One thing I see with tricep push-ups is people let their elbows go to the side. It's not like you're gonna get hurt, but that's gonna be more of your chest kind of push-up. With your tricep push-up, you want your elbows close. Hardest to keep them close when you get low in the push-up. The ring will let you know if you're letting your elbows splay. So we've got our hands through the ring. Palms are planted. Walk the hands apart so there's a lot of tension in the ring. Move your chest forward and turn your elbows toward your body. Then bend your elbows, keep your elbows close to your body, and then press up. If your elbows go out, the ring's gonna fall down. Do you see how that just slid down? So that's gonna be your indicator of what is happening. I think I'm gonna do this without the pads. Okay, so here we go. We're in our modified plank. Elbows spiral, so watch me. I'm turning my tricep to my body. Keep tension on the ring. Bend the elbows, stay close, and then press up. Okay, inhale to bend. Exhale to press. So we've got the rotation of the elbows, right? You'll know if you don't because the ring won't stay on. It will slide off. Now I want you to pause at the bottom and move the shoulders more off your chest. So here we go. We come down, elbows in. Now open your collarbone up and look forward. Push your chest forward. Then press up. So try to hold it at the bottom. Let's do it. Elbows hug in. You come down. Now find better form. Shoulders spread, lats are down, chest and neck elongate. And we press up. Let's do 2 more like that. Good. Breathe in, hold. Find better form. Breathe out, press up. Last one. Coming down, hold. Extend your chest, shoulders off your neck, and press it up. Good work. Those are not easy. We're going to go for an uneven push-up. Ring is coming into your left hand. Your right hand is going to be a little bit wider than your shoulder, but at shoulder height. The left hand is going to be forward. So let's say like 8 inches forward. Ring standing up. So it's uneven. A lot more weight's gonna be in the right arm. Square your hips. Inhale, push up. Exhale, press up. Okay, so it's almost like a single arm push up. Let's go for 4 more. Find good form every rep. If you need a reset, that's totally fine. For 3. And 2. Woo, spicy. Last one. For 1. Okay, guys, we're gonna switch this so you can see the position of the other arm. So I'm gonna take that left hand underneath my shoulder, but a little bit wider. Right hand about 10 inches up, and we're gonna do our push-ups. So chest is coming forward. There's not too much weight in the ring hand. Inhale to push up, and exhale to press up. Kind of hitting the couch, so I gotta move out a little bit. Here we go, we're gonna go for 5 right here. For 5. Really trying to get low and see at the bottom that we have good form. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out to lift. Okay, last 2. For 2. Woo! Last one, guys. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Nothing like a single leg push-up. Okay, so we're gonna go into some prone work. So you're gonna take the ring behind you and lay on your stomach. Our arms will go through the ring. It's okay if they're not on the pads. It can just be through the ring. Palms in, pinkies are up, thumbs are down. Press the toenail side of your foot, the top of your foot down, and lift your knees up. So your legs are not in a relaxed position. On your inhale, lift your chest, reach the ring back, and move the shoulders away from your neck. Feet are still heavy. Exhale, release down. Again, push the tops of the feet down. Inhale, lift the arms and chest. Exhale, lower. This one, we stay up. Press the feet down, lift the chest. Everything in the upper body stays still. Right leg stays still. Lift your left leg, squeeze your glute, tap it down, same side. Squeeze the left glute to lift the left leg. Breathe out and in. Mind, body connect. to that left glute. You're gonna give me 5 more for 5 and 4 for 3 and 2. Stay up on 1, little lifts, up an inch, down an inch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, don't go anywhere, 3, 2, stay up on 1, little circles. We're gonna go both directions. Try to make them small and not let it move your hips. In 5, we reverse. 4, squeeze your glute at the top of that circle. 3, 2, 1, reverse. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float it down. Okay, take the ring off before we do the other side and bring the ring in front of you. So this is a swan variation. We're standing one pad of the ring on the floor, the other pad is up, and you're gonna put your hands on the top pad. Now the ring isn't too far away or else it's gonna fly up. So you should have maybe like a micro bend to your elbows. Tuck your pelvis, slide your shoulders down, we lift. The right hand's gonna stay on the ring. Without turning your chest, reach your left arm up, all the way to the back of the room towards the left thigh, and then sweep it forward. Big arm circle, and back to the front. One more. Big arm circle back to the front. We reverse. So now go down first, reach to the back of the room, overhead as much as possible, back to the ring. 2 more. Back, up, forward. Last one. Back, up, forward, hands to the pad, wave it down. So we are gonna do that on the right arm. Pull your shoulders down. Roll the chest up, tuck the tailbone. Left palm on the pad, right arm forward. Reach the arm up to the ceiling, back towards the right thigh, and then to the front of the room. Pull your left shoulder back in space. Keep both sides of the chest facing forward. Let's reverse, you guys. We go back as far as possible. Reach overhead, back to the front. Back, up and around. One more. We go back, up and around, and float it down. Okay, so the ring's gonna go behind us for our last prone move. We're going into the right leg work. So we're gonna put our arms through the ring with the palms facing in. Tops of the feet press down. Roll the shoulders off the chest, pull the elbows towards each other. Inhale, we roll it up. Kick the left foot down. It stays heavy. Lift your right leg, lower your right leg. Squeeze your right glute to pick the leg up. And try to really point your right knee straight down. There should be more weight on your pubic bone than your belly button. So if you're feeling a lot of weight on your stomach, we need to tuck the pelvis under more into a posterior tilt. Give me 3 more for 3 and 2. These are gonna be little, so keep it up on 1. Give me that little leg lift. Squeeze your glute to get the leg up. Pull your kneecap up from the thigh so the quad stays extended. In 4, we circle. 4, 3, 2, up on 1, little circles. So keep them small, stay at the top, try not to move your hips. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it all down, and you have earned a child's pose. So shift your hips back. Ooh, do we feel the work in the shoulders? Hips to heels, you can rest your head. Rest your arms by your waist. So we can just give the arms a moment. Take a couple deep breaths in, reset, gather your energy. Okay, guys, here we go. So roll it up, and we're gonna step through the ring for a plank with the ring. So take your legs through the ring, like so, and put it right above your knees on the outside of your thighs. And then let's find a nice high plank here. So take your legs wide so there's tension in the ring. Palms underneath the shoulders, elbows are soft and turning towards the body. Shoulders are down, lift the knees, and find that tension in the ring. Move your chest forward, look slightly at the front of the mat, and pull the back of the head to the ceiling. Good. Tone the abs. We're gonna take shoulder blade push-ups. Now the whole time I want your elbows to not move. The movement are from your back muscles. So it's like someone's pushing your chest through your arms to the floor, like it's sinking in between the arms, and then you're being poked in your chest, and your chest is lifting up to the ceiling into your upper back. So your chest is gonna sink to the ground without the arms moving, and then your chest is being pulled up in between your upper back muscles. So you wanna find the movement of the shoulder blades here. The shoulder blades come together, and then they push apart. So it's not a push-up with your elbows, it's mobility and strength in those shoulder blades. Okay, you're gonna give me 3 more for 3. Good, last 2. 1 more for 1. Push the floor away, set your knees down. Okay, so the next move, we'll end up doing it in the high plank, but I'm gonna teach you it from all fours. So you can always modify by staying here. Your hips and knees cannot move. That's your goal. They should point down the whole time. Left arm's gonna come up with your palm facing the body, narrow row. Keep driving your left hip down as you reach the left arm to the ceiling. Twisting at the waist. Bend the left elbow, plant the hand, alternating right, narrow row right, twist your chest, but push your right hip towards the floor. Reach up, bend the elbow, place it down. That should already feel really good. So if you want, we take this into the plank. If not, stay on the knees. So let's go left, narrow row left. Weight in the left foot, twist left, and reach the left arm up. Push your left hip down. Bend the elbow, tap the ground to the right. Narrow elbow row on the right. Angle your right hip down as you turn your chest and reach your right arm to the ceiling. Bend the right elbow, take it to the floor. To the left, we row. Belly button points to the floor as you twist, reach up. Bend the elbow, tap it down. To the right, we row. Twist, reach. This is your spine twist in a plank. Okay, last one. Left narrow row. Twist. Now hold. Angle the left hip down. Bring the weight left. With your right hand, push the floor to the right and turn your chest to the left. Then come into center. Last one to the right. Narrow row right. Shift into that right foot. Angle the right hip down. The left hand on the floor is energetically pushing the floor left so you can turn your chest more right. Bend the elbow, take it down, rest the knees. Woo! Okay, guys, we're gonna go side lying booty. So come to lay on your left side. Okay, the legs are still through the ring, so the ring is standing up. Your bottom leg, your left leg, is resting on the bottom pad. And let's bring the knees to more of like a 90. Now stick your butt out. I want a natural curve here. Chest is forward. Lift your top leg up into the fire hydrant. Right knee and ankle, or right knee and hip line up. Keep the pressure on the pad. Drive the leg up. Release it down, but don't release the ring. They're still touching the whole time. Expand the ring into an oval push-up. and take it down. Good. Now I want you to see that you have a natural arch in your lower back. So an S curve, chest is open here, and your back muscles are drawing together. I do not want to see your hips tucked and there being a crunch in your abs. Reach your hips back. Now your bottom leg's going to be doing a lot of work here too. If your bottom leg is lazy, it's going to be lifting the ring up when you lift your top leg. So it's almost like both legs are pushing apart. Okay, it's okay if you rest your head here. So we're getting into these like finer movements now. They're still going to burn like crazy, but they won't demand as much energy from you, which we're pretty far in the class, so I'm sure you're not mad about it. Good. Big lift and squeeze. So if you want it harder, see how long you can hold this press up. So instead of it being like a 1 second hold, try to go for 5 or 6. It will make it a lot more intense. The abdominal wall should be long here. So just because we're not in a crunch doesn't mean the core isn't engaged. So you're tightening your abs, but you're not flexing. Let's go for 5. And 4. For 3. And 2. Okay, you're gonna keep the leg up. Give me 10 quick pulses. Push higher and higher. 10, 9, break the ring. 8, 7, arch your back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, take it down. Okay, so we're gonna take that on the other side. Roll it over. We're laying over here on the right side. Knees are at 90. The chest should be in front of your hips, and then you're sticking your tush out. So your lower back should move into your body. And we're gonna lift the top leg up. Push into the ring. And then we're only coming down just a little bit. I almost got ahead of myself. I was like, oh, and then just release and relax. So no, keep tension on it the whole time. Push up, release down. So you wanna think of your left thigh bone moving back into the hip socket, and that's gonna help give you that natural curve in the lower back. Okay, and remember, you can also rest your head here, that's totally fine. Your top hand can be on the mat in front of you, or it can be on your hip. So as long as you feel stable, I like it on the hip for 2 reasons. I'm moving my left hip down away from my left armpit. So I'm creating length in my side, and I'm also pulling it back. Okay, so sometimes I see people like over tucking their pelvis in Pilates, and you wanna be careful about that. Like, yes, doing the tuck of the pelvis is an important movement to find and use sometimes in our extension and prone work, but we do want the natural curve up the back. That's a healthy thing. Drive up, squeeze that outer hip. Take it down. Are you feeling those legs, guys? Okay, we're gonna do 5 more. Remember, both legs are pushing apart from each other. Last 3. And 2. Okay, this is our 10 quick pulses. So you're welcome to close your eyes, push into the pad and lift higher, higher. Go up for 10, arch your back. 9, 8, 7, 6, higher, higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, so good. Okay, thank you, outer hips. Can we come out of the ring? And we're gonna roll it to our back. How nice is this? Okay, so let's do some inner thigh work with the ring. You're gonna put the ring between your knees, pads on. This is my favorite inner thigh move. Heels come together, belly button is tight. It's going to be a little bit of core work keeping your legs up, but this is mainly inner thighs. Relax your shoulders, you're gonna squeeze that ring and then release. Your heels should not disconnect. Keep a lot of pressure on your heels, especially when your legs are releasing. Don't let the ring push your heels apart. Full range of motion. The two ways to make this harder during this part is when you're all the way in holding for a second, and then when you go to release, you do that as slow as possible. So it's not like a bend and snap. It's a bend the ring in, and then a really slow release out. I love thinking pelvic floor whenever I'm doing this kind of, we'll call this like simple. I'm not saying simple doesn't mean easy. It means it's like not a ton of coordination, right? So you can think about more alignment. You have more energy too, because not so much is going on. So when I squeeze the ring, your pelvic floor muscle, I know sometimes it can be a little woo-woo to talk about. It's a real thing. We definitely, after having kids, or like maybe you've got, some kind of bladder issue, not sure what's going on with you, but whatever it could be, we definitely want to make sure we keep that muscle strong. So the easiest way to think about it is thinking you really have to pee and there is no bathroom. What do? That's the muscle you're holding in. So when you go to squeeze that ring, that's the muscle I want you to fire at the same time. Okay, you're gonna give me 5 more right here for 5. And 4. For 3. And 2. Okay, you're gonna hold it in. You're gonna go pulse, pulse, freeze. Heels are tight. Squeeze the ring in, freeze. Squeeze in, freeze. Okay, squeeze in, hold. Squeeze in, hold. Heels are tight. Squeeze tighter, tighter, hold. Give me 2 more like that. Squeeze, squeeze, hold. Last one. Squeeze, squeeze, hold. Pulse it to tempo. In and in. 30. Heels are tight. 20. Tighter and tighter with those knees. Here we go. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. I had to close my eyes. I was seeing stars. Okay, give that a little shake out. We're gonna hit a little bit of abs right here. So let's take the ring. It's gonna go just kind of right above the ankles. So squeeze that there. Legs to tabletop. So I want an imprint spine here, but I want you to learn that an imprint spine isn't because you're tucking your pelvis as hard as possible. Yes, there is a little tuck of the pelvis. That means the hip bones are curling towards the chest, slightly. More so to get the lower back to drop down, I want you to pull your belly in. Push your belly into the floor. That should be what's filling up that lower back. Now arms can just be rested. We're gonna hug that ring. Dip the toes to the floor. And then exhale, squeeze the ring to lift. When your toes are touching the floor, so they're not resting, they can be hovering or barely touching, this is where that lower belly and your ribs should be touching the ground. It's not as impressive if you could do it up here. This is the easier point. So if you're here and your back has popped up and you're not engaging your abs, you've gotten too low for your strength level. If that's totally fine, I'm not dissing you, it's not a bad thing, but to get more out of it, stop sooner. Keep the connection. If you lose the connection, you're not gonna be strengthening those lower abs. And that could be different day to day. Like sometimes our body is just feeling stronger and able to hold the form. So it's more about being in touch with what's going on right now, not what happened yesterday. Okay, on this next one, we're gonna hold the diagonal hinge. So just stay right here. Your knees are not over the hips, they're slightly out. We're hugging that ring. We're gonna do kind of like a leg extension here. You're gonna reach the ring out, squeeze it, bend the knees. Reach the ring out, squeeze it, bend the knees. So my toes are dipping back to the floor as I bend the knees. If you need to modify, the knees will come over the hips and you reach the ring to the ceiling, like that. Okay? If you need to stay in that more challenging point, Those toes tap the floor but not rest, so no weight in that foot. Okay, when you're doing this, let's see what's happening. Rib cage drops, belly is connected. No tension in your neck or shoulders. If you find that you're doing this and your head is tense like this and off the mat, you gotta put a pillow underneath your head. We do not wanna create any tension in the neck here. It's not gonna feel good later today. Give me 6 and 5 for 4 and 3. We're gonna stay out there in 2. Okay, legs are long on 1. Keep the legs still, squeeze the ring in and in. By still, I mean don't move them up and down. Keep them out on your lowest diagonal that you're able to maintain the connection of the abs. Squeeze in for 20. In and in. Let's go faster for the last 10 right here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Woo! Take that ring out. Okay, a little bit of upper abs. So plant your feet down, hips distance parallel. Ring to the chest, palms on that pad. Shoulders are down, so lead the abdominal curl with your chest coming off the floor, hug the ring, and then lower down just to a hover. If you want to modify, you can rest the head. Exhale, curl up, squeeze the ring. Inhale, lower down. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to lower. The neck should have the same distance from the chest the entire time. The movement is that waistline. When you hug the ring, I want you to think of your ribs hugging your spine more. Breathe out, tighten the ribs around the waist. Breathe in, lower down. So this is what helps get that kind of hourglass shape in your waistline, is that rib cage work. Hugging the ribs in. We got the legs. That will give us those hourglass curves in our glutes and our hips. Okay, last one. We're gonna stay up, little pulses as we pulse the ring. Slide the shoulders down. You could close your eyes. I want you to just think really hard about sucking your abs in. That's it. Pull them in and in. And keep the ring and chest movement really small. Focus mostly on form. Good, let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it down. Okay, this one's always funny. You're gonna put your head, or it looks funny, but it's fun. Put your head through the ring. So one of the pads is supporting your neck. Then you can see the other pad and you're gonna put your hands on that pad. Legs to tabletop. Lower back is down. Try not to bring your knees too close. That'll make it easy. We don't want that. Slide the shoulders down, lift your chest up. There should be weight of your head in the ring. It's gently pushing back, okay? Inhale to reach your right leg long to 45 degrees. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach the left leg long. Exhale, pull it in. Lower the head. Good. Lift your head, lean back with your head as your chest pulls you up. Right leg extends. Left leg extends. Pull it in. Rest the head. You got it. So breathe out. Chest lifts. Right leg 45 degrees. Use your belly, pull it in. Left leg 45 degrees. Use your belly, pull it in. Lower the head. Exhale, we lift right at that waistline. Pull the rib cage together. Right leg 45. Left leg 45. Pull it in. Rest your head. 2 more. We curl, lengthen, pull it in. Lengthen, pull it in, rest your head, adding a variation here. Curl up, listen, right leg extends, freeze, Pulse your chest for 10. 9, lean your head back. Lead chest over ribs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, right leg in. Left leg 45. We have 10 little pulses. 9, 8, 7, 6, low belly. Turn it on. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Left leg in. Rest it down. Woo! Okay, you guys, we're gonna come into one of my favorites, a pelvic curl. Take your legs through the ring. Put the ring right above your knees, on your outer thighs. Plant your feet down. Okay, you're gonna turn your palms into your body. We're in a neutral spine. There's tension on that ring. Pelvic curl, tucking the hips, and really slowly lift your spine in a circular way. So we're getting that deep scoop, lifting off the mat, but stopping before the ribs lift. Reach the arms all the way overhead by the ears till the palms face in and the thumbs point at the mat. Now reach your arms straight away from you and start to ripple the spine back down, bone by bone. Once the tailbone touches, stretch the arms further away from you without the shoulders elevating, and then return the arms by the hips. Here we go. Exhale, push out on the ring, tuck the pelvis, roll the spine up, but the chest should still be down. Reach the arms overhead and lengthen the arms away from you. Triceps spiraling to the ceiling, ripple the spine back down, find neutral, and return. One more like this, then we change the arms. Breathe out, roll up, gliding the spine off the mat. Making sure there's still space in the chest, we reach the arms overhead. Extend, reaching your fingertips and your knees away from each other. Melt the spine back down. Find neutral, return the arms. Okay, we're gonna do 3 with a different arm position. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms. Arms are straight up to the ceiling, right above your chest. Melt the shoulders down. Exhale, ring out, pelvic curl up. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Palms push away from you as the shoulders pull into your back. Roll the spine down, keep extending your arms. Should feel like a big lat stretch here. Tailbone touches. Lift the arms over the chest. And again, roll the back up. Reach the arms overhead. Straight elbows. Roll the spine down. Get longer and longer through those arms. Return the arms over the chest. Last one right here. Ring out. Tuck the tailbone under. Roll up. Hold and reach the arms overhead. Pull the shoulders into the socket, finding opposition. We know that's been a theme. Keep reaching those arms long until that tailbone touches. And then we release those arms. Amazing, you guys. What do you say? We take that ring off and we give ourselves a little stretch. So plant the left knee down, put the right toes in the ring. I want you to straighten your right leg and find neutral. So as I do that, my butt gets heavier and my lower back gets light and my leg moves away from me. So one thing I see a lot in stretching is people try to get the movement to be like a lot bigger. For instance, something like this, like really close to you. This is like not gonna give you a hamstring stretch at all, I promise you. So back off a lot, find neutral in your low back and get your leg to straighten first. It doesn't matter how far it is away from you. First and foremost, get it to straighten. Then push your heel up. Opposition, push your hips down. So tailbone, sits bones down. We feel that? Woo, I feel that. Good, and then release the right, and let's do the left. So left toes in the ring. Stretch it up. Now push your butt down. Reach your heel up. And so we should feel like there is a little bit of a space at the lower back point, but not your butt. Like I could not get my hand underneath my butt. It's on the ground, firmly planted. We are rooted into the earth. Spread your toes apart, get that stretch in the arch of the feet. All those standing exercises, those deadlifts, can really get that. Good, okay. So let's just put the ring to the side and we're gonna take a hip stretch. Right leg all the way over, tightly crossing over the left. Knees are gonna come to your chest. Again, I want you to try to find neutral. So I'm gonna push my hips away from me. If you're more flexible, the hands can come to the shins. I'm gonna think of pulling my feet towards me and moving my knees and hips away. Trying to get that arch in the lower back. Should give you a nice glute stretch on the right. Couple deep breaths here. Good, and then let's switch it to the other side. So left over right. You can grab the knees, push the hips away. Or if you're more flexible, hands will come to the shins. You're gonna pull the shins in and push the knees away, dropping the hips down. This side feels a bit tighter than the other. I'm like, what's going on? Good, and then release. Okay, you guys, let's bring it all the way up. Wow, what a workout. Give me a high five. We crushed it. I'm super proud of you. I'm pretty sure that was over an hour. We just kept it really going today. Hoped you loved our Hourglass Magic Circle workout. I know that this just always really sets me up for feeling great in my life. Movement is seriously medicine for me, and I hope that you feel the same and you feel great after this. Don't forget to subscribe. That really helps me. That's all I'm asking. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you a thing. You'll just get a notification when I've got a new workout coming out. Hope you loved our Magic Circle class today. My name's Lindsay, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.